but like my bigger positions like Palantir and things are just not doing too well, obviously. Alright, we should be live on YouTube. I'm currently live on TikTok as well as YouTube, so this is a bit mad. So anyone watching on YouTube now, can you please let me know in the comments, in the chat, because I want to know if I'm live on YouTube, and then I can crack on and start actually paying attention to comments, and we can talk about things. And also, yeah, I'm live. Okay, people are now joining the YouTube. Perfect. Because I haven't got the right setup, I'm not going to be able to probably read chat that well. It's quite annoying. I've really not done this right, have I? Let me just see if I can pop. I need chat to be visible. I want to see chat on YouTube and on TikTok and be able to see it all. But can we see the portfolio, guys, on the YouTube? Let me know, and we can. Oh, it's not. See, this isn't gonna work. I see why people have 3 monitors now. Come on. So I've lost chat on YouTube. Brilliant. Sorry, everyone. This is really probably annoying. I'm just gonna have to be like this and. Yeah, so get your comments in. Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to this live stream. Got 18 people in the YouTube and 140 people on TikTok. Mental. Yeah, I would have it open on my phone, the chat, but I'm live on TikTok as well, so it's just maybe I shouldn't have done both at the same time, to be fair, but I was like, you know what, why not? But what we're going to do is I was just thinking, actually, maybe I could. I'll just keep going back to the chat on YouTube, don't worry, and we'll go through everything. But yeah, the portfolio is not looking good today. Obviously, as you can see, we're down 1.3%. Can't show it on TikTok, annoyingly. I haven't figured out how to set that up yet. But the people that are watching on YouTube, you can see that I'm down at the moment. So yeah, at the moment I don't have crazy amounts of cash. To be honest with you, have been buying the market at the moment, and also I ended up buying a car, to be honest with you. So I have spent quite a lot of money on that sense. So I'm trying to build up my cash position again, because obviously that's just as important. Yeah. And I thought, like, you know what, like, I never do lives on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that. So, yeah. I ended up buying a M235i. I needed one because I had my Volkswagen Polo for the last 6 years. So I was like, it's time to buy a new car. And I'll keep that car for a while. And now it's just a case of focusing on back in the stock market. And I've also spoken to people in Discord that I'm going to start buying Bitcoin as well every month. And I don't have any pies on Trading 212. I share case my portfolios pretty much every week on YouTube, so you can check out my YouTube channel where you see my portfolio. But I'm just going to go back to the chat on YouTube. We've got 39 people watching on YouTube. I appreciate everyone watching. I'm going to definitely have a better setup, guys, for being able to stream them both, because at the moment I can't see chat on YouTube, which is, I can see it now because I'm widescreen, but I'm trying to think of another way I could do it, to be honest. But I'll need to, yeah, I've got an idea for next time. So, does my job pay well? Yeah, I would say it does, to be fair. Like, obviously it's to do with, I'm just sorry, what is going on? People could see the chat. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I really don't have a clue. But yeah, AMD dip. So yeah, AMD at the moment is something I'm looking out for, and I want more shares of, because it's gone down 6% today, AMD, and obviously that's a big position for me. I'm still up 35% on AMD, as you can see, but I want to get more shares of AMD, and it'd be nice if we can get it lower. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we're in September, so September's normally a bad month for the stock market, so I wouldn't be shocked. We're only at the beginning, and I wouldn't be shocked if we just go down way lower because of how much we've been up. So I'm waiting out a bit, to be honest, because I've got a nice amount of shares of AMD, but I would be buying at these prices as well. Like, a lot of people in the premium Discord know my price targets, and like my price targets for the next 5 years, that people can have a look at and see. And if you look at it like that, then $150 for me personally, this is not financial advice, it's just what I'm doing. I would be buying at these prices, but at the moment, obviously I've been buying up Oscar, which has been doing me well nicely, to be fair. We're up nearly 3% on Oscar today, up 35%, and I've just been buying that up. So yeah, when I get paid again, I will be focusing back on AMD. My attention is going back to AMD, and that's how I work with my portfolio. So when I do monthly buys, I'm constantly going, okay, here's the money that I've got, and I'm buying weekly. So I split up that monthly payment as a weekly thing roughly, and I just see what's the best deal at the time on that week. So let's say it's Monday, I'm like, out of my portfolio of all the stocks that I hold, what is something I want to buy, what looks the best price. And at the time, Oscar was something I really wanted to build a position and thought was a good price. It's now starting to go away a little bit from where I would like to buy, but I still think it's still got a long way to go, especially if you've seen my YouTube video where it's like me showing you all the information that I've gathered. So yeah, but it goes back to like, what is the best value in my portfolio to buy with this money, and AMD's looking attractive, getting there again, even though I have bought at $80-90, which was really good at the time, but like $150 as well isn't too bad. Like, it was $180 before, and if you go off what I think they're going to do with their financials, with the revenue growth that they're going to do and everything, $150 is going to look cheap as well, in my opinion. By the way, not financial advice again. But yeah, what have I been buying recently? Like I said, Oscar really. Oscar's been my main one. Snapchat a little bit. Um, yeah. If you want to check out what stocks I'm in, check out my YouTube channel. I share my individual stocks. I'm a videographer. That's what I do for a living. I'm probably not the best person to ask, Abby, because I tried to max out my stocks and shares ISA, which is 20 grand a year. I say always. Only last year I did that for the first time, and from now on I'm going to try my best to max out my stocks and shares ISA. That's what I'm going to be trying to do. What's my thoughts on the AMD dip? I mean, it's bound to happen short term. It's natural for stocks to just not keep going up, so it's fine. Yeah, no, David, I'll do some more lives for sure. This is just like a test run to see how things go between YouTube and TikTok, because obviously I've got 56 people watching me on YouTube and I've got 180 people watching me on TikTok. So it's trying to read the chat here in TikTok and then trying to read the chat on YouTube as well. So would I buy any UK stocks? Um, if I thought there was enough growth, then yeah. The thing is with America as well, they do command more of a premium. Like they get a better premium on their stock, and what I mean by that, like the valuation's higher. It's just the way it's been for many years. So for instance, like PE for an American stock, most American stocks anyway, especially like tech sectors, seems to be about 30. Um, and just more money is just in America. Like if you even go on TikTok, YouTube, the amount of people that talk about it and say, um, like, oh, I'm in the S&P 500, I'm in an American stock. But can I just say as well, I don't know how delayed the YouTube is because I'm watching it. Hang on a minute. Let me just double check something. Sorry for this. Um, I'll make sure I have another thing because I don't want to. I'll make sure I have another thing. Okay. I think it's fine, isn't it? YouTube is mad delayed. I don't know. I've just looked on it and it seems like it's like 5 seconds behind. So it's not too bad. Um, yeah, my portfolio literally um, was was like down a lot today. Like when it went all the way down to 145, and now it's recovered to 149,000. So yeah, pretty mad, really. Thoughts on SoFi? I think SoFi is that's the one. SoFi is going to be a really interesting stock because I think it's got a lot more to go. I think SoFi's got a lot more to go because this is another one I've done price targets on. And I've got where I think it's going to be, what they're going to do in EPS and revenue growth. And I think, yeah, I think SoFi is going to start exploding more. And I think it's going to be interesting when interest rates happen, interest rate cuts happen, because they haven't for a long time for America. And obviously that would be very good for SoFi in many ways because obviously more people want to borrow more money, which in short will be great for SoFi. More customers come in SoFi's way, even though they're getting a lot of customers now. So imagine rate cuts, it's just more attractive for them to go, well, they'll get more customers, which will lead into their massive financial wheel of awesomeness, because they literally have every single angle covered. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they can go down the route of the investing side of things as well, because obviously they got that brokerage account and people do buy with that, and obviously they're going into the crypto world again, SoFi. So that'll be interesting, because obviously Robinhood are smashing it with that. Robinhood's a great stock, and people have made some serious money off Robinhood, and that was something I was gonna buy when it was $7 and it went to 100 or whatever it is now. Didn't end up pulling the trigger and buying, but you can't have them all. And I think SoFi is gonna have its turn, and it is starting to, and it kind of has, to be fair. I'm up 100% on SoFi, and yeah, I think SoFi is going to be my biggest position. As you can see, Palantir's got 56,000. I've got 56,000 in it. SoFi, I've got 37,000 in it. I think SoFi is going to overtake Palantir. What's in my portfolio? Greengrass asks on TikTok, and I've got Palantir, I've got SoFi, AMD, Tesla, Oscar Health, Grab, Fubo, Snapchat. They're like my positions, really. If you want to check it out, just check out my YouTube channel. I just share all my individual stocks. Hit the like on the YouTube and the TikTok. Hit that like button. That'd be great. And also, if you're brand new, follow the live, follow the page, because I do updates on my portfolio, and I will do a portfolio update on TikTok. To be fair, I'll show you like a really quick breakdown, because I haven't done that in a while, so I'll make sure to do that for you guys. So I started on about 7,500 in 2020/2021, and I showcase that on my YouTube from the beginning, so people can look back at my portfolio then. I'm 25. So how have I learned? Well, I've been in the stock market really properly for the last 5 years, so I've just learned over time, and I'm still learning now. I don't know, I'm still well new to learning more and more and more, but I understand fundamentals of why a stock could be this price, or why it can become this price. And once you can start learning just like kind of the basic things of like what a market cap is, what is EPS, what is a P ratio, what is just even basic stuff of like when a company gives guidance, and going through an earnings call and going through their earnings, and how they can give you information of where they think it's going to go. And then sometimes it's even just going off what is their track record, what is the CEO's track record, like do they under deliver, do they always under promise, do they, I don't know, all sorts. There's just so much that goes into things, and I've learned over time. I've made mistakes, and we'll make more, I'm sure. But let's go back to YouTube chat. Let's have a look at the YouTube chat quickly. JKA says SoFi will be worth $80 to $100 by December 2026. Mark my words. I mean, if that happened, I mean, I'll be very, very, very excited. I'll be buzzing off that. That'd be mental. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've got an M235i Grand Coupe. Yeah, it's a 2021 model. To be fair, like, yeah, I love it. I love it still, even though I've had it probably like 2 months now, and I still love it. But the petrol does drain on the petrol. I can't wait for this Disney deal with Fubo. It's kind of dragging, but obviously it's going to be like that. 200k soon. I mean, the portfolio, yeah, at the rate it's going, 200k doesn't seem too out of reach, but being realistic, 200k in my portfolio, I think the first thing that's going to happen, to be honest with you, is this portfolio is going to go to 100k. I think I'm going to lose a good 50k just naturally because of corrections and stuff, and then go back up on the leg up, to then hopefully reaching near the 200k mark. Hit the follow button if you're new to the page, because I do uploads pretty much daily on my TikTok as well. So, and also guys, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and yeah, I'm gonna like next time it'll be a bit more easier to keep an eye on YouTube chat and TikTok chat, because I'll have a chat open, but because I'm using my phone for TikTok, I can't use a chat for YouTube, so it's a bit hard. And I thought I might as well stream on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. Maybe I won't next time, maybe I'll concentrate on one at a time, but just efficiency, it makes sense to do both at the same time, even though it's a bit hard to. But yeah, Fubo as well. If we haven't really looked at this one for a while, if you're obviously watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see. I've got, I'm up 150% on Fubo. Not bad at all. Cool demo account, someone says. I don't trade, guys. I invest into stocks that I believe in and go through fundamentals. And obviously, yes, there's some things that have been thrown out of the water when it comes to valuations, like Palantir, but I think they're such a unique company that no one else is doing it. And it's just one of those. It is one of those where I just think it's just so hard to whatever. But Palantir, I've taken pretty much my initial investment and just letting the profits ride, and I see this being a $1 trillion company eventually. I'm not saying it could be in 5 years or whatever, but I do think in the next 10 years this will be a $1 trillion company. It's just a nice. I actually weirdly have peace of mind holding Palantir, because I don't look at it as a dollar amount or how much I got into it. I look at it as like I've got 500 shares of a solid, great company to hold for a long time. And yes, short term, this could halve, but I just mentally don't care, to be honest. I don't like. Yes, I'm looking at it all the time because of my social, because of my TikTok and my YouTube, but I mentally, I just have such a long-term outlook on things, so I just don't really care what people have to say about everything, and also I can stomach it when it does drop, to be honest. Oh no, I won't bottle it, don't worry. The volatility I'm prepared for. I've been there, done that. If you're watching the live for both, if you do want a free fractional share worth up to £100 on Trading 2 on 2, then you can click my link in the bio or use my code Ben on the promo code section, and you will get yourself a free fractional share worth up to £100. All you got to do is deposit £1 and you get a free fractional share worth up to £100. So I thought I might as well let you guys know that, because why not? Just realised I've got some water. Let's go back to Snapchat's looking good. Snapchat is looking good at some, makes my portfolio look shameful. Oh no, I don't think that. Well, I've been cancelled off TikTok for this live violates our community guidelines. What? This is mad. I've literally just been denied. Look. What? That's crazy. Sorry. I've literally just been restricted. Oh my god. Wait, what? I've literally been banned to stream on TikTok. Like, how mad is that? Do you reckon it's because I mentioned, oh, if you want a free fractional share worth up to £100, then that's mental. It was going so well on TikTok as well, just for the YouTube audience. But at least I can now read chat on YouTube properly. But honestly, guys, I like Pat. I appreciate that. Like, I appreciate everyone watching. It's amazing. Like, it really is. How is someone found my what? Someone's found my LinkedIn. God, this mad world. Sorry, like I'm literally like, I don't know why I've just been banned off TikTok. That's just mental. 200. I had 250 viewers on YouTube, on TikTok. That's mental. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me load up chat on my phone, and then we'll get properly going on YouTube now, because I do care more about YouTube, to be honest. You guys are the loyal ones. Right. So we've got chat. Wait, we have got chat. Right. Chat is now on my phone, so I can read chat. All right. So pretty much, I've just been banned off TikTok for going live until the 8th of September. And someone put in the chat on YouTube. Who put it in the chat? Yeah, the financial advice, but I was saying, like, I'm not a financial advice. Like, I'm trying not. This is the ugly situation with it all. But yeah, no, Connor. Like, I just don't think they want people to make money, really. Like, I think it's like I know this is a really bad example, but HS Tiki Toki, he does a lot of kick streams and all that. I do watch the kick streams because I just find them entertaining. But he was like, you can't search for his Instagram if you're in the UK. That's just mad, isn't it? Like they do control things, and me probably even talking about this is probably going to get deactivated, and then you won't be able to see this YouTube channel ever again. But yeah, I think it was because I said, oh, if you want a free fractional share, because it sounds so scammy, because it is kind of too good to be true, but it is true. And to be transparent, like, that's what helps keep the dream alive of actually maybe doing this full time. So the affiliates really helped me a lot. Yeah, I think Grab is a good price. I do think it is. It's just been very sideways for a long time, but well, for me anyway, because I bought at around this price, but I think long term it would be solid. I think it's a solid stock. As it flips into that profitability and it really starts, when it's doing that top line revenue growth, obviously it will reflect into the bottom line, into the EPS, and then we're going to start seeing exploding EPS. It's just sometimes you've got to be patient with certain stocks. Like SoFi was trading in a zone for a very long time that people got bored and fed up with SoFi, and now everyone's like, oh, should I get SoFi? Like, you just got to be patient sometimes with stocks, and I don't think many people are patient in the stock market. I think that's actually, it's not the only reason, but it's one of the biggest reasons why I think people just struggle in the stock market, because they're just not patient, and they trade and they're like thinking, oh, I'm going to sell now and buy the and yeah, in the long run I think you'll get burnt. What's your opinions on Greg's stock? I haven't actually looked into it, to be honest. um yeah, I've not looked into it. Let me see. Let me just go on here quick. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. You know what? As well, I used to go and get Greg's a lot. See, this is the problem, and I know this sounds bad because I'm from the UK, but I don't know what like a UK stock kind of is valued at and what it can be valued at. And what I mean by that is like the PE, and it's here at 11. And if that was American stock, it would look cheap. I mean, it's steady, isn't it? It's good. Hmm. Yeah, I'd have to look into it more, but hmm. Yeah, I don't want to put an opinion on it, to be honest. See, there we go. He's got some information from John. Check out his channel, guys, if you haven't already. Solid channel. How many people have we got? 61 people watching. Unbelievable. I mean, guys, I would love to do more live streams, to be fair, as I do enjoy doing them. Duolingo, that's an interesting one, to be fair. Like, I've not done a lot of research into it, and obviously it's priced highly with the PE. Obviously, I don't know what his forward PE rate, forward PE is. But obviously, a lot of people were worried as well, because the whole learning the the languages, and people said, oh, I can go on ChatGPT and learn a language like this quickly. Um, what's so special about Duolingo to do that? And I think it's kind of why it's also been hit as well. But the growth is crazy. The growth is crazy. Yeah. do you know what the thing that really annoys me though? And that's why I've not got huge amounts of money in. Is Snapchat has the most annoying amount of stock-based compensation. Oh, it's actually quite annoying, and I was hoping they would slow it down, but I don't know. Because that would help so much. That would generally help the stock so much if they stopped doing it. Like, it's mental how low it is as well, and it's mad how people are paying $80 for Snapchat. It's nice to see Snapchat actually doing some great, going up in price for once. Yeah, and also I just want to talk about the Discord situation, because I know a lot of you guys are in the Discord, and it was free, and it was free for many years, and we've managed to grow it and have like 900 people in it, and it got to a point where we're having quite a lot of bots and people actually like scammers taking money, and which is horrible. And the amount of times we obviously say be careful and everything, there was just lots of bots, and it was so hard. And Jay and Brad do a crazy job behind the scenes and put money into the Discord. Obviously I'm not that technical with Discord, I don't understand Discord that well, so they do a lot of it, they do everything really. And it got to a point where like they're spending a lot of time on it, and it's like it's only fair for them to really just the littlest amount of money to earn from it, because at the end of the day, from the $4.99 that we're charging, it's you get like £2.60 in after all the fees, and then obviously split it between us all, and it just helps like be able to just have more concentration on it and help upgrade the server and make it stronger, and then also hopefully get rid of these scammers and bots. But and it would just and it was growing fast, so it was just like yeah, that would be interesting about Snapchat adding a watermark onto images you save from Snapchat to your phone, which may drive more people to pay for Snap Plus or drive people off the platform altogether. Yeah, it's Snapchat, don't get me wrong, like it's a smaller position, as you can tell. Like overall, it is not even 1% of my portfolio. I probably will make it like 1% of my portfolio. So obviously getting a bit more shares, but it's more of like a turnaround play. And they are growing. It's just they're not very good at reflecting it on the bottom line. And that's what I think people waited for a long time. Oscar, I think Oscar's going to have a great 2026, especially for how confident the CEO seem. And obviously we've got a lot of situations with the ACA Act, but I personally don't think it's going to be crazily affected. I know that's a massive controversial thing to say, but I think it's all going to work out in the end and be fine. And the CEO is still very confident on hitting 14 billion in revenue and 5% in margins. Yeah, I saw that with Oscar. Polestar cars, I haven't really looked into it. I used to actually invest. I used to have money in that, to be fair, but nah, I don't invest in it, or don't know, or look. I'm still really annoyed about being banned from TikTok. They have the most strictest rules in the world. Like, and I still would like to know exactly what I did wrong. But the thing is, why would you want to get into Polestar for a start? Like, there's like better opportunities out there, I think. Like, this is not a good start. I'm just looking at face value, just straight away looking at stuff. Your income, your revenue's going down. That's not good at all. Your liabilities are mentally more than your assets. Just something I don't like to see. Like, one thing I really genuinely like, one thing I look at when I'm buying is AMD's a bit of a different one. So ignore that, because AMD's going into an industry that they're going to capitalize on massively, and they're going to win with it. But this is what I like to see. SoFi is a good example of it. And it's even on here. You see this financials, the staircase. I call it the staircase. That is what you like to see. You see how it's like bosh, 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 a staircase of growth, steady and good. I hate it when there's like this, and then it goes all the way down to here, then it's up here, and then it's all the way back down here. It's like, how are you meant to even analyze and predict where the stock could actually end up going? Yeah, that's tough. Same with Oscar. See the growth, the staircase, I call it. Like I said, Grab's an interesting one, because obviously as well that's coming into its profitability. But like, look, it's just going steady, and it's flipping. Do you know what I mean? And then when we go back to SoFi, this is really basic, by the way. This is not just what I do when I look, but like, it flipped. I don't have the chart. I can't show you. That's so annoying. Damn it, I can't show you. Sorry. But that's one thing I like to look at when I'm going into companies as well. I don't use Trading212 to analyze companies, no. This is just because it's on the screen here, and it's just easier to just show you basically. I don't have any ETFs, no, just individual stocks. Pat, I would have added into AMD, yes, I would have today. If I had like a larger sum of money, I would have. Yeah, I would have definitely. Yeah, ignore the scammers on TikTok and stuff, people messaging, because it's well annoying. I just don't. It's just annoying how there's so many scammers about. It's just mad. How long have we even been live for? I don't even know. Is there a way of looking? I think like 45 minutes. If you haven't already, hit the like button on the stream as well, guys. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. Alibaba I liked Alibaba a lot. Yeah, Alibaba I did like, not anymore, not as much now. But when it was in the $80 and stuff, around here I was like, this is mental. But it just didn't go up. It was trading around here for ages, and now it's just starting to break out. But yeah, Alibaba is a great stock. It's just hard, isn't it, investing into like Chinese stocks. I just think, I don't know, I just don't feel as comfortable personally. Soundhound, yeah, a lot of people. Cheers, Pat. I appreciate that. Google's another one. Google was another buy. Google was a great buy. I think I even made a TikTok saying Google's a great buy, literally down here, and it's just exploding. Is it because they don't have to sell Chrome now? Yeah. Google's having a breakout. I don't hold any quantum stocks, to be honest. Do you know what? My thoughts on gold, I know it's not the same, but I want to invest in Bitcoin. I want to start investing into that every month. I think it is like the digital gold, and people are taking it seriously, really. And I think it's something, if you're not investing in it, it's almost risky not. So have you looked at ASTS? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Oh yeah. I have looked at it. Yeah, I personally don't want to put the risk on to buy this, because I know, I'm not saying I use Trading 212 to analyze, but I do look at it briefly just to see quickly what's going on, and that's obviously there's reasons for things, but and I haven't looked into it, but it's just, I just don't like to get into a company like this personally. I mean, this is good. That's good to see. But like the revenues as well, do you know what I mean? I just don't know. There's not really consistency to the stock, so I don't personally want to buy into it. Oh, cheers, Damo. I appreciate that. Thanks for everyone that's watched me since the start and even watching me now and been giving videos the likes and subscribing and commenting and just being there and watching. I really appreciate it, because I never thought I would be able to grow my channel to where it is now. Like, it's mad. Sometimes I'm just like, wake up and I'm like, have I really just like created a YouTube channel that's got like 7,000 subscribers, people that watch me, like thousands of people watch me, and the TikTok getting to like 11,000 followers, and then, not that it matters, like followers don't, but it's just mad to think people actually care and want to watch, and then to have like a portfolio that's grown. Yeah, sometimes I just think I'm living in a simulation. Yeah, but I want to actually get crypto itself, Jack. That's what I want to do. I'm in stocks, but crypto I want to get, and then hold it in a cold wallet, which I do. I hold crypto in a cold wallet. Oh, watch Amit. Amit's like my favorite stock YouTuber to an extent, maybe. Tanner's probably up there, but Amit overall is just the GOAT, isn't he, really? What crypto do I hold? Casper, Tau, a little bit of Bitcoin. I've got some other little altcoins that are pretty pointless. Yeah, I used to watch Amit a lot. I haven't watched Amit much at all, to be honest, because I've just been busy with work, and which is a shame, because I do really like watching him. And like you say, everyone does. Like, is he streaming now, guys? Let me know in the chat now, in the comments, is he streaming right now? He must be. Because if he is, I don't know why you're watching me. But yeah, appreciate everyone. 79 views. That's mental. 100 views. Got 100 views on YouTube live. No way. Appreciate it, Compound Oak. Same with you. I hope everyone in the chat and YouTube hits their goals in the stocks, or even just in general life. Like, if there's anything you want to do, just do it. Just don't let anyone tell you not to. Because yeah, the amount of times I did like a YouTube channel, and then I did this generally just as a tracker and enjoyment, just making videos of showcasing all my, well, just the journey of the portfolio, and it just gained traction. And I'm glad I did, because it's cool to look back at when I was absolutely suffering on Palantir and down 60%, to now being up, what is it now, 675% with taking profits as well. It's just mad. But obviously stay tuned and subscribe, because I'm pretty sure this could easily half, so stay tuned for the pain. What happened with AMD today, I think it's just natural, to be honest. I think it's had a massive run up. It needs to cool down, and people, I think, are overreacting a little bit with the data center situation. Like, the revenue's slowing down a bit with that, but AMD's going to have a great time with the new chips, like the MI400. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, I maxed out my ISA 20k about, well, for the first time ever, and then I'm hoping to max out my ISA for this tax year as well. So yeah, from now on I would love to be able to max out my ISA if I can, as long as the ISAs are around. Just hit 10k in my ISA at 19. I couldn't be more happy with my results so far, Sam said. Oh, mate, honestly, fair play to you, especially at 19 to have 10k. That's mental. And to be fair, not even just having 10k, but being 19 and investing at that age is just crazy. I think this is something I want to talk about as well, is what's your guys' opinions on the fact that we're going to have a point where you see this trading 2-on-2 and how accessible it is, and you've got people like me, other YouTubers and TikTokers and all that promoting trading 2-on-2 with the affiliate marketing, probably the best strategy for trading 2-on-2 to do for marketing. And people are all flooding into the stock market, and then invest in stocks, and that's just naturally going to inflate the stock market a bit more than it probably did in past times, because before it was so hard to buy stocks and shares. Now it could never be easier. So I think naturally the stock market's going to have a bit more of a premium than it usually used to do. I might be just chatting, like, do you know what I mean? Like, what I've said is probably irrelevant, doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. I think maybe there's a bit of logic to it, like the buying pressure of certain stocks and the money that's coming in now, when people are thinking actually, and more people catching on to the fact that saving isn't the way, or maybe rushing into getting a mortgage straight away maybe might not be the right way to go. Obviously, this is not financial advice or anything, and there's a lot to go, but yeah. Do I think the ice is going to disappear? I think, like, I don't know, it's been around for a very long time, but you never know, do you, with the UK? It could stop. Like, they could just stop it, but I don't think they will. Obviously the cash one, I think they are, aren't they? But I think the stocks and shares one, I don't think they will. If if anything, you'd think they'll start increasing that 20,000. You'd hope. Trading 2 on 2 might eventually add fees, yeah. I would say my investing style is growth, looking into companies that are growing and growing like mental amounts. Why do I not hold an ETF or an S&P 500? It's because I just feel like I can grow my capital more. I'm not gonna lie, that is the reason. Not saying I can or I could, but I just feel like I can. Yeah. SoFi's having a bit of a pump now. What the hell? Craig, what do I do for work? I'm a videographer. I don't do anything in finance. I've always loved money, which I'm sure everyone else does in this chat, hence why you're here. Yeah, and I just do weirdly like listening to people talk about stocks, and yeah, it's just a bit mad. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm a videographer. I don't really do photography, but I know a lot of people say it's the same thing, which it isn't. So yeah, just came back from, well, I say just came back, it's been a while now, but yeah, I was on a shoot today. I do all sorts of different videos, like obviously like house events, music events, promo videos, corporate events, I've said events, weddings, motorsport. Do you have, oh, the fractional shares thing? That's just because I've put an order in of like, let's say £250 and see what it comes out with. Oscar's actually going on a run. What the? No. Oh no. Oh no. Am I too late? We're nearly up 40% on Oscar, and my average is 1388, but I wanted to buy more of this, and I see this is now get at the price where, like, don't get me wrong, I think it's going to be a lot more than this price in a few years' time, and I think naturally it's just gone up a lot recently, so let it do its thing and let it cool down. And when it cools down, I'm probably going to buy more again, because like I said, I want to get this to 10% of my portfolio. At the moment, Oscar's 6% of my portfolio, and I want to get it to 10. So yeah, I haven't properly looked into it compounding, to be honest with you, but did people say he didn't even get sorted out for his 2018 compensation plan? Is that true? Would I be buying Tesla at these prices? That's a good question, you know. That's a very good question. I think people are reacting well from that compensation plan, because them targets will be crazy if they get hit. But I haven't properly looked. Tesla is just a weird one though, because it's just so based on Elon Musk, and he's a bit mad sometimes, isn't he? So I'm going to say in a very basic terms and things to really generally, if you're new to investing, this is not financial advice, but this is just something you should try and wrap your head around and understand. And generally, it's things like EPS. What is that company going to probably start earning in years to come? What's the EPS going to be? and companies and CEOs give guidance of that. SoFi's got a great track record of that, and they sandbag, meaning they normally hit better numbers than what they say they're going to do, and then you can start analysing the stock a bit, and also you can go off, like, obviously there's so many other things you can go off, is like AMD with their revenues with the data centers. Lisa Su thinks the market in 2028 or 2030 I think it is, be 500 billion. So then you can take some of that revenue and go, what margins do they get from data centers, and how much of the market do they get? And at the moment I think they have like 5% of the market, because Nvidia's just got most of the market. But that's why the MI 400 chips are going to start competing a bit more. So maybe that 5% of the market they got, could that go to 10% of the market? And then if that's 10%, then 50 billion in revenue in that. But how Jensen thinks there's going to be 1 trillion in revenue from data centers in 2030. So, but you can start piecing things together and then start thinking, well, if they're going to do these revenues in this year, then what's their margins? And have they been saying they're going to increase their margins to this? And then it'll spit out what their EPS is going to be. And then what would a stock like that with them gross command as a PE? And then you get a stock price. That's in basic terms. Basic, kind of hopefully an easy way to understand a little bit. I think, I don't know if I've explained that well, good, but yeah, but the ACA, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, the CEO, he seems so confident. Like, the fact that he's stuck with the guidance, really, and raised, and with 2027 what he's thinking, and he doesn't seem too worried, and he's had a track record of performing and not underperforming in other companies. I think it'll be fine. I don't think there's going to be too many changes with the ACA Act to an extent. But yes, I do agree. Yes, it's a lot of their revenue, but they're also trying to steer away if they can as well with a lot of things, and they're also that tech platform with everything. Yeah, Oscar, obviously, that's why it got beaten down a lot, and I think that's why it's going up a bit as well, because people are thinking it's actually going to be all good, but it is what it is. But that's what I mean. Oscar does have that kind of risk to it compared to like the SoFi and the AMDs. Hence why it is a smaller position compared to the others. But yeah. What would I put if I had 10k? What would I put in the stock? What stock would I put 10k in? Right now, if it was right now at these prices right now, what would I put 10k in? Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Are you meaning, yeah, right now? If there was 10k right here, right now on the table, what would I buy? United Health. Yeah, because Warren Buffett's bought that as well, hasn't he? Okay. Right now. That's really tough. If I mean, this is not what you said, but if it was like 2 weeks ago, obviously it would have been Oscar. It would have been Oscar. But now, what's happening to AMD? I think it'd be AMD. AMD is what I would put. That's what I would personally do. I'd put the full 10k into AMD. That's what I'd do instead of splitting it into Nvidia and AMD. Let that 10k go further instead of splitting it up. I don't need to diversify in both. That's my opinion, but that's just the way I am. But no, Nvidia and AMD would be a great shout. Yeah. Duolingo is a great stock, I think, but a lot of people are worried, aren't they, about the whole ChatGPT situation? Of like you could go on AI and learn a language. Do you believe that or not, or do you think Duolingo is just way beyond that? But the growth is crazy with Duolingo, though. It is like it is, and I was kind of looking at it, but I didn't properly in the end. I just thought Oscar at the time when I bought Oscar was just dirt cheap, and I thought I was just getting it at such a great price, so that's why I chose Oscar over Hims at the time. Like their price to book value was mentally low as well at the time. I mean, I did a presentation on my YouTube video channel showing. So I know it's probably, that video is now probably a bit outdated now. It's gone up 40%. Yeah, Ondus. Everyone, whoever's in Ondus in the Discord, I'm not in it. Just to let you guys know, I am not in it. But look at this. Like, people have smashed it. Some people, I think, Alysso, yeah, we've got someone who has like, I think $1 million in it, which is crazy. Obviously, that's mental, but I have not looked into Ondus properly, so I cannot make an opinion on it. But I just don't personally like, and this is, don't take this as gospel, or this is just what but I just, obviously there's reasons, and this is, I've not looked into it, so I can't make an opinion or judgment, but I'd love to know why the revenues are just so sporadic and they can't build momentum. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just one thing I'd like to know, is why is their revenues like up and then down and then, yeah. So that's just a first glance, but I can't comment. I can't comment on it. But everyone that's done in it is smashing it. And I think the problem is, because I got into the stock market when it was in 2020, 2021, we had situations like this, and I fell for it because I was new. I was a new investor. We had a stock called Neo, went to $62 when it just made no sense to be $62 at all. Like, the company is in a better spot than it is. Well, actually, I don't want to comment because I don't know, but I'm guessing maybe the company's probably at a better spot than it now than it is back then, and people were paying so much more back then. It was just made no sense. And then you had stuff like, what was a stock that was what was such a mental stock that I can't think of something. I can't think of one. Yeah, Lucid. Lucid was one. I bought into Lucid like $552, and it wasn't making money. Like, yeah. I'm not saying Ondus is that, because Ondus is a completely different company, but there's just crazy valuations, and people got hyped up, and eventually the fundamentals will catch up to what the stock price is, and that's why people are worried about Palantir. And that's why I took my initial pretty much out, and I expected it, but because I see where Palantir is going to go. I think it's going to be a $1 trillion company. I'm not going to sell, but with like Lucid and that, I didn't know where that was going to go. Their revenues were going down. They were losing money. It was just like, and I just didn't even understand stuff like that at the time. And that's 2020, 2021. But you need to experience things like that. Would I ever move from trading 2-on-2? At the moment, no. I think it's it is the best, to be honest. I love the way the platform is. I think it's like really good. You're up 15%. Fair play. Yeah, no, I'm down. I'm down on the day. I'm down 1.2% today. What's on the year? Bloody hell. Some of these most of these stocks that you've mentioned, I've never heard of them, so I can't comment. Sorry, guys. And I can't give financial advice anyway. There's no point. And you can't evaluate stock in like 5 seconds. Obviously, on the brief face value, you can look at like what they're doing in revenues and the balance sheet, and is it looking good on face value quickly. But there's always reasons and why that's in that situation, so I wouldn't just comment on my reasons. But on this, seriously though, whoever's in that, fair play, because that's just mental. It's done so well, and I hope it keeps doing well. And the mad thing is with the Ondas situation, I think the people in the Discord were buying it when it was like a 300-400 million market cap, which is low. Very, very small market cap. Very, very small. And now it's like a 1.6, I think, billion, which is still very, very low. So some of these people, if it goes how it is, and fundamentals improve and do well, because I've heard they're getting contracts and stuff, which is good, then some people could make some serious money. But there's a massive if. My game plan, Mike, is to add to my positions. I've explained it before in a video. Is I don't really like to have more than 6 stocks. I know I've got more than 6 stocks, but I don't really like to have more than 6 because I like my money to not be spread out too much, because one, I won't be able to keep up with the companies. Even now it's hard to keep up with the companies. So that's one reason why I'd keep it to 6 as much as I can. And also I feel like your capital can go further then, because imagine if you had like £10,000 and you spread it into 30 different companies. You're not going to have really that much in each company. Let's say you had like, off the top of my head, I don't know the maths, but let's say 300 quid in each stock. If it doubles, which is mental returns, a double is crazy returns, 600 quid. Whereas if you had £2,000 in each stock or something like that, like, it just goes further. And that's why I've got more capital and concentration in stocks, because yeah. And I think 6 is a good amount, because let's say worst case Palantir, I lose everything and it goes to 0, which is quite a slim chance at the rate they're going with the revenues. But yeah, it's a massive chance it could halve. But let's say it just goes to 0, like you've got the other to kind of counteract that. Thanks everyone for watching. Hit the like button if you're new. Well, not even new, just if you're watching and enjoying the stream, so that you lets me know if you want me to do more live streams. So hit that like button now. Let's see if we can get to 45 likes. If you've not liked this, let's see if we can see if that 39 likes changes to 49, 45. And it also, yeah, like I say, it just lets me know if you want more of these live streams, because I never do live streams, and I'd probably like to do more. So there we go, 46 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. That's mental. Wait, I'm just going to check it out, but I can't really give an opinion. Or it's got AI in its name. What? This is going to be a low market, 1 billion market cap. Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't like that at all. Yeah. I just don't know how, like, that's when it does become gambling in the stock market, on when there's companies where they're just boom, 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 or that, like, the revenue's going down, the net profits are going down. That's just gambling, because you're like, oh, is there going to be like the reverse? But then there's no signs of reversal. And same with like when the revenues are this. How are you meant to go off anything? How are you meant to even get a gauge of if this is going to go the right way? That does become gambling. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Obviously, I don't know the company, so there could be things and reasons why. Palantir's growth's been mental though, because this one was more of like just believing in what the company had to offer and what I was hearing from people. But like you see, even the revenue growth there, like it was just steady, going up. And when I say steady, I mean the growth was crazy here, but it was still. And then you see the profitability flip, bosh. Oh, and Palantir's got one of the best, like their balance sheet. Look at that. Come on. Look how much they've got in cash. Like that is a balance sheet and a half. Yeah, no, I agree, Craig. And to be fair, like you got to realize, like these hedge funds are managing mental amounts of money that they can't really take on risk. And they've got their jobs on the line. Like if I was someone in that situation, I'd rather just play it more safe and not lose my job, or get, do you know what I mean, like sued or whatever, because you might have took a chance on a stock that was looking good, but I don't know. All right, guys, whoever's watching this, we've got 83 people in the live right now. We've got 83 people. Put in the chat right now your, if you want to, you don't have to, your what should we say, your portfolio size. Put it in your chat. Put it in the chat now. That was probably the wrong question. We'll do another question if people don't react to that, because I understand if people don't want to put that. Right, someone said 50k, 40k, 40k. These big portfolios, 40k. Yeah, these are S&P 500 SoFi inclusion. That would be mad. That would be crazy if it does. I don't think it will though. I think it'll be next time. 95k, 12k, 65k, 147k. 19 years old, 25k. That's impressive. 30k, 91k, £1,400. That's still really, really good. Like the fact that you're investing, that's brilliant. 5k, just starting out, that's great. 7k, but 19, that's well good. 35k, 80, 32k, 9k, 8k in the stocks and shares ISA. That's where it's at. 2.3 million. That's mental. That's actually mental. 16k, 39k, 41k. Calvatron, is that how you say name? Welcome to the stream. 21 years old, 55k. That's insane. That's insane. It's insane. Alright. Okay, the next question is, once everyone's put theirs in, 3k. Did that just... Wait, no. Did it just shut off? Sorry, I thought the stream kicked off then. To be honest with you, everyone that's watching this stream right now is probably way ahead of a lot of people when it comes to finances, because not a lot of people invest. Like, there's so many people that don't invest, especially in the UK. Americans are more on it with the finances. So it's good to see 94 people watching and into investing. Oh yeah, no, I live with parents. I do. I live with parents even now. Like, I'm 25. I could move out, but one, I just don't see the point right now. I will soon though. I just want to build more of a future for myself, and I don't think society tells you to move out and get a house, a mortgage, and all that straight away. And I just think that in my personal opinion, kind of, if you can be in that position to live with your parents and be blessed to, then I'll take advantage as much as you can. But obviously, there's a point where it gets a bit ridiculous if you're like staying as long as you can. But okay, the next thing I'm going to ask people in the comments below is, what is your portfolio up today? Mine is or down. Mine is down 1.2%. Put it in the chat now. What's your portfolio saying? So minus 1.2, which is sad, but yeah. No, exactly. Anything over 10k is just impressive. When I'm going to be buying my house probably next year, or when I'm 27. Okay, loads of people putting this in. I need to be quick with this one. So we have got evening, Brad. Evening, mate. Thanks for tuning in. So the chat's going crazy. Hang on, guys. Hang on. So up 1.4%. That's really good. Down 0.1%. Up 3%. Up 5%. Down 0.2%. My phone is going mental. Hang on. Down 1.2%, down 0.3%, up 3.1%, fair play, down 0.5%, down 0.9%, up 1%, down 0.4%, down 0.6%, down 0.2%, down 0.1%, down 0.2%, up 0.1%, up 0.1%, up 5%, down 2.4%. Yeah. So it is quite a mix, to be fair, but there's fair play to the people that have got a positive portfolio, because well, it wasn't good for me, to be fair, and it sounds like it wasn't good for a lot of people. But that's the thing. Do we think it's going to be another red month? To be honest with you, the fact that the S&P 500 is down 0.76% and people are up, fair play. Yeah, I mean, AMD's killed me this week and today. for the people that are tuning in from the Discord, I appreciate every single one of you. And I appreciate everyone that's watching this live. How many likes have we got on the live? We've got 59 likes. 59. That's insane. Insane. Yeah, for the people earlier, yeah, by the way, guys, Brad is one of them that holds Ondus and holds quite a lot of Ondus. I believe that's all you hold at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, I think as well I'm going to have a stage now with my portfolio where I'm going to kind of trade sideways, if not probably fight the downwards pressure, because Palantir I think is going to either trade sideways or just go down. But then I think the other stocks can try and hold it up and keep my portfolio steady. Maybe. I was going to say something and I can't remember what I was going to say. I just realised I can fair play to Amit and fair play to the people that are watching me instead of Amit right now, because that's mental, because I watch Amit all the time. I don't know how he does it. Like, the fact he's got like thousands of people watching him, and just how he can talk for hours is mental. Yeah, full portfolio on this is mad. And you're up so much as well. And I was saying earlier in the stream, I think Ondus is one of those where, if like I've heard obviously you guys are getting contracts and stuff, I haven't done much research into it, because you guys bought in I think at like 300 mil market cap, like you guys could make some serious money, like serious money. We could have some millionaires, to be fair, coming out. I shouldn't be saying it like this, glorifying and making it sound like this stock is amazing and could seriously make you financial free, because that's not what I'm saying. Like, you could also get burnt massively, because that's just the stock market for you. But everyone's done so well in it at the moment, and Brad was really confident in it for a long time. Brad, were you the first to mention it? I'm pretty sure you were, but I don't know. I might be wrong. Yeah, like 65 cents. And then Beast, okay, yeah, I've heard Beast has got a lot in it. He's got a lot in Ondus. But yeah, guys, Brad in the chat, he holds Ondus. He's actually got all of his money in Ondus, and he is, if you don't know, one of the moderators in the Discord, and he's the one, him and Jay literally smash and help out the Discord loads, and Brad is the tech guy that does a lot of the behind the scenes that helps make the Discord better with all the tech that he adds to it. Yeah, I know, Brad. I swear he's got $1 million in it, or he did have $1 million. I don't know. Wall Street Brad. XRP. I don't know. I don't really know. I used to hold a lot of XRP and I sold it, so it's a bit of a tough situation for me to talk about, to be honest, because I would have had a nice amount of money. I haven't looked into Archer. I've heard of Archer, but I've not looked into Archer. Yeah, everyone in the chat, Wall Street Brad. What am I thinking about Grab? It is kind of, here's annoying about how it's just trading sideways, but I was talking earlier in the chat, I just think it's just one of those stocks that are going to just, look, it's turning profitable, and normally when stocks start turning profitable and they start having that revenue growth, which they do have, the bottom line is going to reflect really well, and they'll start soon looking like a cheap company, because their bottom line will keep pricing up, and then eventually their stock price will look cheap. But yes, it has been annoyingly whatever, but to be honest with you, I've only been in it for like a year, so I can't complain. A year's barely any time in the investing world. SoFi reminds me of it. SoFi was absolutely trading like sideways for a long time, 2 years. Look, in this range for so long. The fundamentals were going well. So 2024 September. 2024 September. Oh, it's so annoying it doesn't go back with the graphs, so you can't visually see it. But regardless, it started turning profits in 2024, around there. And eventually, the stock and people started realising, look, the growth is mental, the bottom line is growing, this is going to have to reflect, the share price is going to have to reflect, and it started to reflect. And I just think Grab's going to have that breakout moment, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but it's one that you might want to take time on. And I am going to probably start looking at buying some more, and just build a bigger pot in it. Especially if Oscar's just going to run away like it is, then I'm going to concentrate on AMD and Grab, I think. Build Snapchat a little bit to 1% of my portfolio. Nothing crazy, just 1% of my portfolio. It's currently 0.6%. Yeah, I hold Casper. That's a crypto that I hold. Can I just say as well, thank you so much for everyone watching generally, because I can't believe I've got 86 people watching, and the fact I've been consistently having about 80 people watching me or more, which is mad for the last however long I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Time flies, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, the healthcare. I mean, yeah. I'm still holding Casper. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew. I'm holding out with Oscar now, I think, and then we'll see if we can get a drop with Oscar. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be focusing on picking up some AMD, picking up some Grab, I think, and picking up some Snapchat. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, the Snapchat. I mean, the Snapchat situation. I think everyone's predicting. Wall Street's predicting they're going to be profitable in 2027. And I do like getting into stocks that are going to turn a profit. And I know they've been struggling to turn a profit for a very, very long time. Hence why the stock price is just where it's at, because I think people have given up and thinking they're not going to actually ever turn a profit. But their stock-based compensation is a joke. Like they pay way too much. It's so much higher than a lot of companies. And even if they just sorted that one thing out, their EPS will look so much better. So that's one thing they can change, which I don't know if they will. But yeah, but like I say, it's a smaller position, so it's not like I'm going off the fact of it. Like I'm not confident on it. It's just a bit more of a turnaround play to see if we can get to that situation. They're growing, their revenue is growing, their daily active users are growing, their monthly active users are growing. It's not like they're declining. It's just, can they sort out the bottom line? I don't know. And I'll have to see. And I am interested to see Q4 how it's going to do, because Q4 is normally will be their best earnings. But yeah, Snapchat's a weird one. I mean, I've got £600 in it. It's a lot less than my others. I would recommend Tanner, Future Investing on YouTube. I really would recommend him. I think he's one of the best YouTubers. Obviously, Emit for the live streams. I think he's the best. They're ones I would recommend. And when it comes to like fundamentals and stuff, it's more just like going on like Twitter, on X, Google, ChatGPT nowadays, and just using everything, YouTube, all of the things, and put it all into one, and ask things, see if it's right. see if these things are right, and do your own little research and come together with all these different points, and then start thinking, is it worth the price? Is it worth buying? Or do some calculations of where you think it can go. And that's another thing I am working on, guys. And I don't know whether, let me just, okay, for the people that are watching right now, this is a little bit of a secret, and I don't know if I'm allowed to show, I don't think I can show you this. Oh no. Let me see if it works first. Okay, I could show you if I. Okay, so we're on 66 likes. If we can get 75 likes, I will show you something. I will show you something I've been working on with someone else. We've gone 50-50 with it to do the calculations. It's not there yet. It's really not there yet because there's things I don't like it needs to be sorted, and it is taking ages. It's been 5 months in the making, because the person that is doing it, he's a very busy person, and I mean he's doing a PhD in Cambridge University, so he's a clever guy, but also he's yeah, he's just busy, so we're trying to get it right for everyone before. Okay, so you guys actually did smash the like goal. I mean, fair enough. We've got 107 people watching now, so I don't know if I should share it. I know I will share it, but okay, let me see if it's all fine, because I don't want this to be wait, sorry guys, hang on 1 minute. Come on, what's it? Okay. Here we go. Yeah, streamings. So this, people know I like to have this projections calculator, and I've done it for AMD SoFi, and I've got my targets of where I think SoFi is going to go, based on a whole load of assumptions, and I've got the price targets, and people have seen it in my premium Discord, and I've mentioned it a few times, so I can kind of get a gauge of where the stock price could be going and why it can be. And so I've got this where you'll be able to, and I'll be able to put it in my YouTube videos, is I'll be able to go I can go like Oscar. I hope this works. But it's not there yet. I would like it visually. I'd like it bigger, but apparently it's hard to do. I don't know if we're gonna have to like. It's really hard because obviously it costs money to do this, and obviously we need to see how many people are interested in this. By the way, let me know if I'm still live. I don't even know if I'm still live. I don't know. I think I am, because it says I've still got 91 viewers. So you can then start putting in what you want your revenue growth to be, the PE ratio, and the net income margins. You're not live. So you'll be able to put in, let's say, 20% revenue growth, and you'll be able to put, I don't know, 5, because actually his margins, the actual CEO said 5 in margin, so let's just do it 3. And then you can put the PE ratio of what it would be if it's growing at 20%. Let's do 30 because this is so rough, by the way. But let's say you can then apply the assumptions, and then it'll spit out a share price. But obviously, they are not doing that, because in 2027 they're going to be doing 14 billion in revenue, and they're going to have about that type of margins. But the P, because of the type of industry they're in, we could go more like that. And here it's saying $58, $77 in 2027 if they were to get 14 billion in revenue, and be getting margins of 3%, which I think that's net income margins, by the way. He believes it's going to be 5% margins, operating margins. So you would have to then figure out what they would be doing in the net income percentage, which you'll be able to go through their kind of financials. But the problem is, I want to be able to click on these individuals, ignore these prices, by the way, because I've just done this just to like give an example of how this works. So just ignore the numbers, please. And this is just a rough kind of thing I'm putting in, because they're not always going to be going. And let's say they're not going to keep growing at 10%. They're going to be growing at less, or they're going to have a lower PE ratio here. I want to be able to edit these columns, but at the moment you can't. You can only do this, and then it does it for all the years, and that's the issue, and that's why I don't want to release it at the moment. I want to be able to edit the percentages of the growth individually each year, and the PE ratios individually each year, and I just want it to be displayed a bit bigger and that. So yeah, so and then we've also kind of like been looking at stuff like doing some other bits with the website, seeing like what's the range of what analysts think Palantir is going to be at. So a lot of analysts are saying an average of $157 for Palantir, and then you can see all this other data. Yeah, and then we've got like a company comparison. Obviously in time it will get better and more, just better. And then you can also put like, you can compare. But my main one is I just like the projections calculator, because I'm just a visual person. I can see it visually of what's going to be happening, and I shouldn't really be sharing this, to be fair, because he did say, can we not yet, because it's not there yet. And yeah, and that's it really. So that's what we've been working on, and it's been, yeah, it's just, and we were gonna price it at $7.99 a month, because it obviously costs us money for the servers and things, and it would just be nice to be able to eventually make it better for people, and make it as much as affordable as we can possibly do, to make it make sense to even just have it running and stuff. But we need to see who's up for using it, and then we can go from there and make it better and stuff over time. But that's kind of what we've been working on, and hopefully people would be interested in that, because I would be using it for my projections and stuff. Hi David. I'm a videographer. When would this be ready to use? It's hard to say. I don't want to put a date on it, because the person working on it, we went 50-50 on it, and he's just really busy at the moment. So yeah, I'm still holding Casper. Yep. Can we get 100 likes on the live? Is that even possible? Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate the nice comments about it. Do I? It's all on my Instagram, but I don't even know if I want to like disclose my actual like Instagram. So I'd love to show you, but yeah. I do have conviction on Casper, but it's hard, like it's crypto, but I do have conviction, hence why I got it in there. Yeah, a portfolio tracker is something I've mentioned as well, and then where you can like, yeah, compare it to the S&P 500. I would love to have that as well. Cheers, thank you for that. Hopefully SoFi and AMD in a few years' time will be worth a lot more than this. Yeah, Fubo, I'm now playing the merger, to be fair, and also that flipping profitability kind of situation. That's what I'm going with Fubo. How much Casper actually do I have? Let me check. Just checking how much Casper I've got. I have got 163,000 coins of Casper. Alright, okay. Alright, cheers everyone for watching the live stream. I'm going to call it a night. If you do want more of these, hit the like button on the live, because I do appreciate it, and it does show me if you do like and enjoy these live streams, and I'll do more, because obviously I don't have a clue if people want to watch stuff like this, because it's hard to like be entertaining, I guess, on a live stream for however long we've been going for, an hour and 47 minutes. So I don't know how often I will do these. I'd like to do these more often because it's nice to be able to chat to people of everything, and yeah, it's just mad how well this live done as well. So yeah, appreciate all the comments, and I'll see you in the next live.